Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am going to talk to you a little bit about my time that I spent in Capri. Now, I gotta say, it was pretty sad because the weather was not on our side for pretty much all of our stay. We stayed at Caesar Augustus, which was honestly one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever stayed at, but we did have to cancel our boat day and our beach day. So honestly, we spent almost all of our time at the hotel. That's something that I wouldn't normally do, but honestly, it kind of was amazing because we got to really rest and relax. This is a little tour of our room. It was beautiful. We had our own little outdoor patio, but honestly, we didn't really get to enjoy it because it was raining. We got to go to the pool once or twice, but we were wearing like sweatshirts, and I don't even think I went in the water, only my husband did because I was feeling a little too chilly. So of course, those things happen, you know what I mean? Not every vacation can be absolutely perfect. Luckily, we spent a little over 2 weeks in Italy, between Italy and Paris, and so we had a great vacation. It was just a few days that were some bumps in the road. It's okay. What I will say is that Caesar Augustus is an incredible hotel. The hospitality is truly unmatched. The food is the best food that I had, absolutely, in Capri for sure, but I would say probably some of the best food that I've ever had in Italy. Some of the best food that I've ever had, just like ever. We got a chance to speak with the owner of the hotel. It's like a family-owned property, and he was so sweet. He was so nice, and he honestly really helped guide us because we had reservations for every single night while we were there. We ended up canceling all of them except for one, and I can't even find the name of the restaurant that we went to, but it's a Michelin star, I don't remember if they have 1 or 2 stars, restaurant that's like right in the center of town, and it was just fine. Like, the food that I ate just at Caesar Augustus at the hotel was so freaking good that I cannot express to you just like how spoiled I felt that this was the hotel that we were staying at. The pool, gorgeous. As you can see, no one in it because it was a cold day. Breakfast is included at this hotel, as is included with like tons of hotels around the world. Honestly, I feel like it's really just in the United States that is like not something that you get unless you're at like a economy hotel, which is really interesting. But at the nicest hotels that you stay at, they pretty much always include breakfast. So love that for me. The breakfast spread was great. I do feel like the clientele that this hotel attracts are a little bit on the older side, a little bit on the stuffy side. You know, the vibes weren't like super fun in terms of the hotel guests. A lot of them were older. A lot of them were giving vibes that I just like was not vibing with. So that is something to think about if you're younger. I actually have some friends that have gone to this property for like their honeymoon and things like that, but it definitely feels like it attracts a little bit of an older crowd. That being said, we saw an incredible time. They have a beautiful gym that's like indoor outdoor. They have a sauna or steam room. I actually can't remember. I think it was a sauna. And they have, like I said, just like the most beautiful property with incredible food. Aside from spending time at the hotel, we did go into town one day, and the taxis are very expensive. So that was also something that we thought about when we considered going back into town for dinners, because when the weather was bad and the food was amazing at the hotel, I was like, what's really the point when it's gonna cost us so much money just to get down and back? I would much rather spend that money here and just get like an extra bottle of Prosecco or more desserts or whatever it might be. So we ended up, like I said, doing several of our meals at the hotel, but this was the one day that we did go into town, and you know, it's great. It was fun. It's nice to do once, but the truth is you are only going to get like luxury designer stores, and that's fine. But the truth is, like, I live in New York. I can go to these stores pretty much anytime, you know? It's not really something that like I'm super interested in buying designer items when I'm abroad, because I'm like, what's really the difference? Richard did get a Prada bag, so I love that for him. And of course you do get like the tax break at the airport, so that's great. But he got a Prada bag bag, and I thought, love that for you. That's amazing. That's such a slay. And then we took this little car back, which was a convertible, which was also like a gajillion dollars, but it's fine. Then back to the hotel again, spent a little bit of time in the pool. I'm not really doing this chronologically because there honestly isn't like a lot of different points that I hit within the 3 to 4 days we were there. We pretty much did the same thing every single day because of the weather. But what we got really lucky about was because the weather was bad, a lot of other guests couldn't get from Positano to Capri because the ferries were all canceled. We lucked out because we have our travel agent. She had us drive to Naples hours early to get on the last ferry that was going from Naples to Capri. All of the ferries from Positano to Capri were canceled. So we really lucked out on that because a bunch of other people that we met at the hotel, we either overheard them or were chatting with them, were saying that they missed that ferry. They ended up having to spend money to stay an extra night in Naples. And that obviously sounds terrible. This is some of the food that we had on our first day for our lunch. The restaurant on property is open for lunch and for dinner, and breakfast is in a different space. And like I said, breakfast is included. Breakfast was great. And there's my cutie husband. And honestly, that's really it. That was my time in Capri. I probably won't go back, but it was beautiful.